My name is Robert Christopher Wayne Weathers. I live at 3102 Center Hill Road, Acre, Mississippi, 38841. I'm under attack. People are driving worms through me from a remote location. I can also hear their voices. They're very hostile, demeaning, negative. They threaten me and my family constantly, and they are premeditating our deaths. I just got assaulted in the brain badly. I used to be a political activist on Facebook. I debated things like politics, environmental issues, religion, and I was also wrote. I write a lot of literature. I write a lot. Experienced cognitive decline. It's got lacerated in my brain. They can drive these worms intricately. One just cut So I was an activist on Facebook and an author. I write a lot. I inspired a lot of people, gave a lot of people ideas. Someone decided to practice Scientology. They wanted to read my mind or merge with my mind or something. They were attracted to my intelligence. And then the government came along, or at least an institution with government officials involved. This has ties to the government, but she's not. They assimilated me into a hive mind. They installed more technology. I'm in pain. This hive mind is evil. Some of these people that's in the hive, they're hostile. They're mean to people. They pick on them constantly. Some of them were nice. Most of them weren't. Then they modified the technology or something changed. The communication stopped. But it became very apparent that a large percentage of our population was invading my privacy. Social media, media companies, radio DJs, marketing companies, actors, politicians, big business owners, the CIA, the FBI, the military. Right off the bat, I could tell they were reading my thoughts. They were invading my privacy. People like MPB, people that write magazine articles, or actors, people that communicate a lot on television or radio or through literature. I could tell they were invading my privacy or reading my thoughts. Didn't take long. I started yelling at them in my own home, in my car. said, there's never going to be. I'm still going to tell them. As time went on, strange things started to happen. People in my environment started acting weird. My family members acted weird. Every once in a while, they would say things to me that didn't make sense. That wasn't their normal. Wasn't normal. And I began to develop weird sensations in my body, pains in my in my face, in my ear, and in my brain, in my stomach. Things that wasn't natural. I kept going to the hospital over and over again to have X-rays done and get checked out. I never found anything. So this is as time went on, it got worse and worse and worse. Eventually, they installed more and more gear. Now I can hear their thoughts. They can hear my thoughts. They bounce back and forth between being hostile and then trying to come up with a narrative, pass a false narrative which says I'm a bad person that gets them off the hook with torture and murder. This is what I have learned. That there's more space in the universe than humans can see. There are extra dimensions and an inverse. We call it the inverse or the dark side. Humans have biology in this extra space. We utilize this biology to have an afterlife. We're supposed to live on when we die. It's heaven. Scientology is the practice of utilizing this extra dimensional biology before we die. They use technology and techniques and remove this technology from themselves and turn it into an extra dimensional vehicle. They can fly amongst the dead people. So they're the ones that stick around on Earth. There's a conflict of interest in these people. It hasn't been bad the last ever since I made the last video. They calmed down. They've been driving worms out of my skin, my face mostly, and my legs. And today they've been trying to prove their narrative when it says I'm a bad person. They also utilize Facebook ads and internet ads. The same communication that's been happening for the last 13 years. Trying to say I'm a bad person gives them the right or gives them a reason to assault me and torture me and my family like they have been doing and make everyone around me surrogate. So this technology that Scientology uses, it also allows them the ability to create surrogates. That's what they call them. The ability to drive another organism. They can drive humans, animals, insects, worms. It also elevates their neurochemistry. It artificially stimulates brain tissue. This is causing psychological issues in these people like psychosis, delusions, jealousy, greed, irritability, pettiness, machoism. On top of the fact that they're breaking laws, they're committing crimes against people, violent crimes. It's causing them severe psychological issues. These people aren't functioning like normal people do. You can tell that their neurology is being stimulated in an artificial way. They shouldn't have did that. Someone's getting mad. They shouldn't have cut my brain like that. It's the reason I'm making this video. I just received a massive laceration right in through here on the inside of my brain. Felt like it was going up at an angle. Where my corpus callosum should be. So this technology interfaces with our neurology, with our brains on an intricate level. They can actually isolate individual memories or individual thought patterns, and they can stimulate them at will. They can also isolate memories. And they can stimulate the visual parts of our brain. They can stimulate the whole thing. On the inverse side of the universe, or our inverse biologies, our extra dimensional biologies, they come with special abilities. We have 11 dimensional sight. We can see in all dimensions at once, down to the molecular level. They can even create biologies that can move around on the molecular level. That's how they install this technology. I, as far as I know, we have neurological tech in all dimensions. I have third dimensional tech. They call it nanotech. And I have extra dimensional tech. Breaking the law, I'm being threatened. They're threatening my life. These people have achieved a disposition in which has led to their violent behavior, their criminal activity. Not only do they have the ability to go anywhere in the world and perceive any environment they want to invade any environment without our knowledge of them being there, they make surrogates for a living and practice Scientology. Surrogate making in Scientology is literally the act of removing body parts from people. They lacerate biologies and modify biologies for a living. The longer I stay quiet, the more they try to pass off this narrative in which I did something wrong or I'm a bad person, which isn't the right to body snatch, to turn me into a surrogate, or to manipulate my brain. It's turned into some kind of science experiment with them. They are attracted to my intellect. They're trying to make money off of my intellectual property. They're trying to steal my intellectual property the way they have done for the last 13 years. And over the years, I've gotten better at it, and I wrote more and more and more. And now I'm at the big stuff. I wrote Crazy Bird Comics. I wrote the Environmental Creation Agency. I wrote Divine Currency, Alien Bob, Bug Bob, and several others. Yes, before it was just ideas or little short stories, paragraphs, things like that. People become inspired by it, or they got ideas from it. Mind reading tech. Plus, these people think they are God. They call it God's house. They call it God Almighty's status or authority coming down. So every time I make these videos, it changes their rhetoric and their behavior. Whenever our biologies are removed from us for the practice of Scientology or surrogate making. They achieve a different rate of expansion than we do in the third. They start to expand at a greater rate than we do. They become big compared to us, giants up in outer space. There's strange. There's a trade-off for practicing Scientology or surrogate making. You lose the ability to fly. In the afterlife, we literally fly through outer space. They lose this ability whenever they practice Scientology. The body mods that they have to achieve to access the upper dimensions takes away their ability to fly. So they have to use machines or other organisms to achieve flight. No, they keep their eye. I guess it depends on which dimensional they're on. Full blown Scientology, they actually cleave their biologies every 3 dimensions across the dimensional line. So every 3 dimensions they cleave themselves and they gain another biology. If they keep themselves whole, they see better. That's what you know. I see everything flat. The universe is one sheet, like a thin sheet of paper. You're not just. And that's the way it is too. When they get cleaved, things start to take on dimensions. The inverse also transcends time. Our third dimensional biologies, we don't perceive time in the way it truly is, or vice versa. We have to experience time as a linear aspect. Time is actually simultaneous. When you look at the universe as a whole, the beginning and the end of the universe happen simultaneously. The past, the present, and the future are all happening at the same time. So it becomes an object, static object for the extra dimensionals or the inverse side. That's the way they perceive it. As a static object, it's already happened. And they have interacted with time since the beginning. Some of these upper dimensional, they call them the makers. I don't want to get into that too much right now, but I know it's true. I have anecdotal evidence, plus the science proves it's true. I have brain damage. Scientology has created some bad psychology on this planet. They give themselves brain damage, first of all. And you do experience your extra dimensional biology while it's still attached to you. So they actually cut pieces of your brains out. They cut the whole thing out or whatever. And then they artificially stimulate it. They wire up all your neurons and all of your nervous system, hook it up to a machine. It actually gives us an endorphin release when you artificially stimulate our nervous system. getting victim shamed. Someone saying it's my fault. So I live on Center Hill. Center Hill is the cross. He died on the center cross on the Center Hill. I live at 3102. Turned upside down, it spells soul, which is an important word for the inverse side of the universe. They consider that our soul. Right down the road, there's a school called North Pontotoc Vikings. I am part Viking. I have European European ancestry. And on the other end of town, there's a school called South Pontotoc Warriors, Native Americans. Also have Native American ancestry. I live in Pontotoc, land of the hanging grapes. These are just some of the coincidences that I found myself in that prove they have been creating my environment for a very long time. They said they knew I was going to live here, so I don't want to get into it too much, but that's the truth. Our afterlife, in the afterlife, we transcend time. We see the universe as it already happened. It is one static object. It already happened. The beginning and the end of the universe happen simultaneously. They transcend this. I'll have to make these videos to alter their behavior. They become violent. Or I get so stressed out because they're trying to pass a narrative in which says I'm a bad person, so it gives them the right to kill me. Or I get scared for my family. I have to make these videos to alter their behavior. I'm just reporting criminal activity. I'm not trying to share secrets or whistle blow or anything like that. But I'm just trying to report and stop criminal activity. Scientology. Scientology has created a conflict of interest on Earth. It isn't supposed to happen. These people have communicated with me in the third dimension. As I said, they're media personnel, marketing companies, internet companies, big businesses, government. They got me, you know where your corpus callosum is supposed to be your inner brain? Up to the side, from my front all the way to the back. Trying to take me out. They're just trying to make me suffer. Just to help his brain. They're infatuated with my brain and my sexual organs because they're petty. They're surrogate makers. They're Scientologists. They see body parts as commodities. Yes, this is third dimensional. That's a third dimensional worm. They see body parts as commodities, something that they can doll up. They can install technology on and allow you to access the upper dimensions or cause you pleasure. These people claim to be affiliated with companies called Yumas, Preservation, and the Lizard Company. These are extra dimensional companies. They're Scientology companies. They allow people to practice Scientology. So is the Freemasons. Yes, they claim to be Freemasons and Skull and Bones, the big ones affiliated with them. I think they got up there first and then became affiliated because that's what it seems has happened. Now he's saying he got it from being a Mason. He says now it's Skull and Bones. They like to give me the Skull and Bones symbol all the time. They assault me and they give me the Skull and Bones symbol. And they keep saying they're trying to use my cognitive function or my inner thoughts as evidence that I'm a bad person. What they try to do is they try to stimulate a self defense response. They literally have police officers and military members on my eye or on my screen in my brain out here killing me and my family or assaulting us to death. So they try to get me riled up to try to defend myself. And then they say they're showing that to people. Look, he's a bad person. I've contacted the local authorities, the military, the FBI, the CIA. I have a good relationship with all these institutions. The local police, they were coming down here every month to my house to take me to the hospital or to file a police report. Yeah, they caught me yelling. I've been to jail for disturbing the peace, for misconduct, something like that. Walking down the road screaming at these people. Charges were dropped. That happened in the jail cell. Talk about body parts. That's what this is, Scientology. We're actually still connected to our biologies even after it's removed from our extra dimensions. We are always in them no matter where they go in the universe. So Yumas and Preservision, they have a business of taking our brain pieces, or parts of our brain, and they put them on a shelf. Yes, there is shelves in the upper dimensions. They have devices, computers, buildings, shelves in the upper dimensions. That's where most of this, that's not true Scientology, but it stems from Scientology. The Scientology's tech. They call this the free zone. See, Scientology used to be only afforded to like Grand Masters, 33rd degree Masons or whatever it is, the top of the top, the top of their institutions. That's how Scientology got its start. The Illuminati, Freemasons, Skull and Bones, or special agents. Now everybody's doing it. You don't even have to pay a fee. You just have to be somewhat a person of interest. You go get a job in the media, marketing companies, internet companies. They're all practicing Scientology. Everybody is now. They're doing it for employment and fun. In the military, they're doing all their family members. Yeah, they got their family here. Kind of still is, but they got their family members. All surd. It's only a handful of people up there. And actors. Anybody practicing Scientology now. This is the free zone. I gotta go take my multivitamins. Yeah, somebody just told me to take my trace nutrients, the multivitamins. They help me repair. Feel it in my eye, my brain damage. So it should be whole. So they make surrogates with Scientology people among the living right now. Space transcend time. So we just said we got our tech back in the 60s. There never was a private sector. Here's what here's here is my conclusion from what I've seen. Modern humans developed neurological tech, either in this timeline or in the future. And they took it back to ancient times. And they allowed certain civilizations to start seeing dead people. That's where the term Anunnaki comes from. That's why we've seen Anunnaki and ancient aliens and lizard people and the ancient Egyptians. That's whenever it started to go downhill. Something happened back then in Scientology's or in ancient times. See, our extra dimensionals, our dead people, are the people that have lived on. They gain special abilities, the ability to manipulate, or the ability to see in all dimensions down to the molecular level, and the ability to manipulate particles. They can literally do energy transfer with their mind, with their hands. It's magical. So we have magical abilities in the upper dimensions. They have helped our inverse, the inverse part of our biologies develop into specific organisms. They can turn you into whatever they want to. Our current bloodline creates Anunnakis or lizard people or bug people or worms, whatever. I think bug people and worms are actually a collage of different species put together. But Anunnakis, the human genome produces an 11-dimensional organism with horns on our head. We are Anunnakis. See, outer space transcends time. Heaven transcends time. You see the whole thing and you can interact with the whole thing. I think humans screwed us. I think life should be way better than this, especially on planet Earth. It should be utopic. We should literally be helping all the organisms in our environment become better. We should spend our time doing literature, music, or art, or just conversing with people, trying to make the environment better for us and other life forms, or gathering food or growing food, helping life on this planet achieve its optimal potential. I think we should have several different species of sentient beings, like lizards, dolphins, whales, even bugs. Maybe we should have a few sentient bug species. Once they learn that, it's over. They know who we're going to be and what timeline. Well, apparently it's already happened. Everything that humans experience in our third dimension is static. It is set in time. Everything that has ever happened or everything that is ever going to happen is already happened. It's set. It can't change. These people can be from other timelines. From what I've observed, dead people lose something. We lose our third dimensional brains. This is not on the dark side. You can tell the ones who are among the living and the ones that are among the dead. They're missing brains, or their brains don't function properly, or they're being driven. They're missing body parts. I think all these people are sick. Too many body mods, and the technology is interfering with the natural process, natural bodily functions. It's causing them psychological issues for sure. And I think sicknesses, dysfunction. You can take it from me. See, they cause me damage, and then they cover it up. They try to repair it in some way. Even the third dimension, they can actually stop third dimensional pain from occurring, or they can help nerves and organs function. It causes dysfunction, even if it's covered up. You still feel your pain. Obama's strange. Someone said you see Obama. Obama is another one that's communicated with me in the third dimension. But he's trying to kill me. They're trying to keep me here on Center Hill. Skull and bones. They do this shit to everybody. Everybody that stands in their way. All these people have become surrogates for a select few people. Everybody's driving everybody, even in the third dimension. They control their decisions. He said these videos actually save your life. Lets these people know how stupid they are. Hearing you talk in the third dimension, telling things from your perspective. They're up here trying to pass the narrative with these cops and everybody, trying to get you in trouble. And here you are telling it like it is. Trying to get away with murder, torture. So we proved that surrogates are real. That's what the sequel's to. Says we can use third dimensional effect to get it done to you. Trying to leave heaven out over here.
I just got a new pet in a can. Can you see them? They're so small. These little guys are called Moneyball Moss Balls. These are popular for kids in Japan because they're kind of a pet and a plant. And as you can see from my last plant, I don't have a great track record. But these guys are so cute. I've got to figure out. just got a new pet in.